On the news at 7, First Lady unveils alternative high school for girls in Oshogbo.
The Renewed Hope Initiative will continue to champion programs.
And cleric enjoins Muslim faithful to maximize abundant rewards in Jumat congregational prayer. Channel 5 Abuja News at 7. I am Cecilia Julius. Remember, you can watch us on YouTube at NTA Channel 5 Abuja. And now to the news. Muslims have been enjoined to observe obligatory Jumat congregational prayer to maximize its abundant rewards. Deputy Imam of the Sanusi Dr. Tam Mosque, Abuja, gave this encouragement, saying the day Jumat holds high significance in Islam. Religious correspondent Abdullahi Ajia has more from the spiritual guidance.
In the guiding light of Quran 62 verse 9, Imam Ibrahim Khalifa told the congregation that Allah enjoins Muslims to heed to the Jumat prayer and be steadfast in his remembrance, as he has made the day special for worship and reward for good deeds.
By prophecy, anybody, when you call the prayer of Juma, you must leave anything, office, business, or anything you are doing, at least at the time Imam want to come in. You're supposed to come in before the Imam Juma come inside, because all the angels, they are listening list for anybody who come to prayer. At least immediately Imam come inside the mosque, they can close the file for that writing of the name who come, who didn't come. I call all the Muslims, if we agree for the Muslim, we try to come in time.
The Imam's sermon also reminds the congregants of the consequences of deliberately missing the Jumat prayer.
Any Muslim, if he didn't come to prayer Juma, he know he didn't have anything, he did well, he don't have any problem, to which means at least Salasa, three prayer, he don't come out like he don't to read the Islam as his back.
The religious leader led a special dua for Allah's benevolence on leaders and the led, as well as for the socio-economic growth of the country. In Abuja, Abdullah Hajia, NTA News.
And to the presidency, President Bola Tinubu has received first briefing from the newly appointed management of the National Sports Commission, led by the chairman, Shehu Diko. The report. In the recent realignment of his administration structures, President Tinubu scrapped the Ministry of Sports, designating the National Sports Commission to play the roles of the defunct ministry. Chairman of the commission, Shehu Diko, and his team presented their immediate strategies and action plan to the president. These include plans to create sports economy, infrastructural development, the National Sports Festival, while also asking the president to declare sports as a national asset to be backed with necessary legislative work for proper development.
The foundation of what we are going to do rests on like three pillars. You know, because we are to turn around the entire ecosystem of sports in Nigeria to do things differently. We have what we call the 3 R's. That we have to reset our thinking. You know, to reset our thinking, and we have to refocus what we are doing, and we have to relaunch the sports in this country. Resetting our thinking, meaning that Nigeria has been focused more on competitions for many years, which we see competitions and foreign trips and everything as consumption. We have to go back to development, which is production. We have to make sure that the internal ecosystem of sports work. So that is the new things we are trying to do differently. Part of the conversation that we had now with Mr. President, and brief him on clearly the situation and what needs to be done. And I think in a couple of weeks, you can see the steps that will be taken by both Mr. President and both us at the Commission and both from the NFF will be driving towards getting all this resolved and everything perfected, so that by March, when we resume, the Super Eagles will be 100% focused on just deliver the result. Well, it's not in our hands, but we have to do the best that we can to make sure that we give it the best shot. win our last 6 matches and see where that takes us, which surely should be the World Cup.
The team also discussed the issues surrounding appointment of a substantive coach for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, as well as efforts for World Cup qualification. A brand new alternative high school for girls, Osogbo, has been inaugurated by Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu. The report.
The Renewed Hope initiative will continue to champion programs that empowers girls, women, and youth across the country towards a better life for families. Alternative High School for Girls Osogbo has been equipped with state-of-the-art facilities, including a creche, to ensure young mothers can attend classes without worrying about their babies, a skilled acquisition, economic empowerment, and modern classrooms to create conducive learning environment for academic excellence, and also an ICT center.
On behalf of the people and government of Osun State, we express our gratitude to the First Lady on this completed project. Further to the establishment of the Alternative High School and the commencement of academic programs, UBEC commits to the implementation of other priority projects that will offer flexible basic education delivery models to specific classes of learners.
Also disbursed a business recapitalization grant of 50,000 naira each to 1,000 women petty traders in the state, along with empowerment items. And still talking empowerment, selected youths from Abuja Municipal Area Council, precisely from Wuse Ward, have been trained in different vocational skills. Deborah Gazaji-Maika reports that the skills acquisition program was championed by the councillor, Wuse Ward, Matthias Aliu. The report.
The empowerment program with the slogan, "The future belongs to those who learn more skills and combine them in creative ways," trained AMAC youth on poultry farming, cosmetology, and catering services. The youth are being empowered to be productive members of the society and be self-reliant.
Just as the chairman taught this wise to empower them, please, they should make sure that they use these skills to improve Abuja Municipal Area Council, improve their lives, and improve the community at large.
AMAC Chairman Christopher Zakamekanangu, represented by his Chief of Staff, Emeka Oji, advised the youth to be more passionate about improving on the skills acquired and developing themselves, adding that there is dignity in labor.
Whatever the government through this program has made available to them should be used to do this, so that they too, tomorrow, will employ people who they will teach, so that together the society will be better for all of us.
A 2-day capacity building training was commended by the trainees.
We've learned also how to translate all these things that we have learned into a business opportunity that we can be able to use to earn livelihood, and also maybe in future we can also employ other people that can gain from this training.
The training is very loaded. I trained under pottery. In pottery, I learned a lot. Learned the basic tools to consider before I embark in pottery farming.
About 300 youth in the Abuja Municipal Area Council benefited from the empowerment scheme in Abuja. Deborah Gazaji-Maika, NTA News.
The Police Community Relations Committee, FCT chapter, has taken a bold step towards empowering the youths by organizing a 1-day capacity building program themed Gainful Employment, a panacea for crime reduction. The events brought together young people from various communities in the FCT. Asabe Williams has details.
The Police Community Relations Committee's lecture highlights the significance of gainful employment in driving national growth and development, educating youths on entrepreneurship, job creation, and crime prevention. The chairman, PCRC FCT chapter, Rufus Ekpeba, says the committee is empowering the youth to become productive members of the society.
Let me use the opportunity to call on FCT residents to provide intelligence, information to the Nigerian police. Their information will be protected.
Youth has inaugurated a branch of that PCRC because whatever you are doing and it involves youth, they are very energetic and the functions will go deeper. When it comes to issue of security, who are those that are mainly involved in insecurity? Are youths. When we're talking about youth restiveness, issue of cultism, armed robbery, the youth are basically involved in all of these vices, and for us to talk to them on the need for them to do what is right.
We recognize some outstanding people, leaders that have done great things in the community in FCT, different divisions, different places. We use our ability to recognize them, appreciate them.
Representing the Commissioner of Police, DCP Kayode Ojakwenwa assures the PCRC of continuous support from the command.
All of us, we cannot be everywhere at the same time. It is when you give police information that you're able to act.
To recognize outstanding contributions, the PCRC presented awards to individuals, including the FCT Police Public Relations Officer, Josephine Ade. This gesture demonstrates the PCRC's commitment to appreciating those who support its mission. The PCRC says it is fostering collaboration and promoting community policing towards a safer and more prosperous Nigeria.
Across Nigeria, a powerful message is echoing, encouraging the youth to rise and take their rightful place in shaping the future, not just to demand change, but to become the change by embracing governance and leadership participation over protest. This was at the League of Yoruba Youths for Advocacy and Good Governance 2024 National Indigenous Youth Discussion. Onotu Yakubu reports that the Director General NTA, Saliu Abdulhamid Dembos, was recognized at the event themed Participation, Not Protest.
Protests have long been a tool for advocacy, and Nigerian youths have shown their strength and passion in these movements. However, experts argue that sustainable change comes from active participation in governance. Instead of staying on the sidelines, youths are being encouraged to engage directly in the political process through voting, running for office, and contributing to decision-making at all levels. As these national discussants inaugurate ideas to encourage youth participation, the standpoint establishes that protests bring attention to issues, but policies are shaped at the table. Therefore, Nigerian youths should utilize energy, ideas, and numbers to drive reforms by stepping into leadership roles.
There is no need for protest. You discover you don't even remember that there should be protest. So our environment is very cardinal in participation, not protest.
Just think about the gains you're going to get from participating actively, engaging government at all levels, from the local government level. It's not about coming to meet the president or the minister or your governor. Go to the grassroots, engage your local government chairman, and let them know that you are ready to participate, to bring development to your community.
The defense headquarters will not rest on its path in formulating strategies aimed at promoting and protecting the human rights of the citizens of our nation, of which the youth are a greater percentage, standing as leaders of tomorrow.
In the present dispensation, several initiatives are emerging across the country to support this vision, harnessing mentorship programs and platforms for civic engagements established to equip Nigerian youth with skills and knowledge needed to lead.
We so much believe that, civilization is coming every day. What we know in the last decade is not what we know now. If you look at the entire system of politics in this country, it has changed beyond the past. And a lot of youth have started coming out. In the next scenario, in the next 3 or 4 political dispensations, you will see a 35-year-old person to become the president of this country.
The discussion in a mark of recognition of their roles in mentorship to shape the future, decorated individuals as ambassadors of peace, amongst them the Director General of the Nigerian Television Authority, Salihu Abdulhamid Dembos, represented by the GM, NTA Channel 5, Abuja. Onotu Yakubu, NTA News.
The newly inaugurated executive members of the Nawaruddin Society of Nigeria Abuja branch have pledged a commitment to walk the talk in providing people-centered leadership that will move the Islamic organization forward while worshiping Allah. The leaders affirmed this during their inauguration at an Asalat special prayer in Abuja. Abdullahi Ajia has details.
As the new leadership of Nawaruddin Society of Nigeria Abuja branch takes the mantle of responsibility and leading orders, they were reminded of the need for a purposeful tenure in line with Islamic guidance and principles. On their part, the new executive members expressed readiness to work with members to provide quality leadership that will turn around things for the organization.
We have a lot of programs and activities ahead of us. Primarily is to maintain cohesion, is to maintain peace among the members. And we are also to ensure the construction of our mosque and the rehabilitation will ensure timely commencement of our salatu.
In the next 2-3 years, Nawaruddin will grow in folds. The outgoing executive have enumerated a lot of projects that need to be attended to. By the grace of Almighty Allah, we are going to accomplish it.
We are going to focus on our less privileged and our youths because they are leaders of tomorrow.
Programs that will uplift the society were highlighted to be executed in the near future. In Abuja, Abdullah Hajia, NTA News.
And let's join the business desk for business news.
Many thanks indeed. Data released by the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission says crude oil production rise by 11.42%, reaching 1.48 million barrels per day in the month of November. This is Business News. I am Serafina Okomomekwe. Nigeria has reaffirmed its leadership in the global energy sector with the appointment of Ademola Adeyemi, Nigeria's governor for OPEC and chairman OPEC Board of Governors for 2025. His appointment was confirmed at the 198th meeting of the OPEC conference. Prior to his appointment as the chairman of the OPEC Board of Governors, he was confirmed as Nigeria's OPEC governor for the year 2025. This highlights Nigeria's influence within the organization of the petroleum exporting countries, OPEC, and underscores the nation's commitment to shaping global energy policies. Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Oil, Senator Heineken Logbobiri has commended Adeyemi. He emphasized that his appointment provides Nigeria with a vital platform to advocate for balanced energy policies that benefit all producers, consumers, and the global economy. He acknowledged Ambassador Aduda's instrumental role in advancing Nigeria's interests within OPEC and ensuring the country's influential presence in global energy discussions. The federal government of Nigeria has declared that Nigeria's oil production, including condensates, increased by 9.9% to 1.69 million barrels per day in November 2024, up to 1.538 million barrels per day recorded in October 2024. According to latest data released by the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, an agency of the federal government, liquid oil production rose by 11.42%, reaching 1.48 million barrels per day in November, compared to 1.33 million barrels per day in October. Bank Directors Association of Nigeria, BDAN, had called on the Presidential Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms Committee to ensure inclusive implementation of the proposed tax reform bills. Chike Obi led a delegation of BDAN members to the meeting, which focused on the proposed tax reform bills, Administration Bill 2024 HB 1756 and their implications for the banking industry. That's a wrap on business news this week. Stay for the continuation of the news. I am Serafina Okon-Bumekwe.
And to the beautiful world of sports, let's join our sports desk for Sports Brief.
The leadership of the National Sports Commission (NSC) under the chairmanship of Shehu Diko and the Director General Bukola Olopade have presented a progress report to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on the state of the sports sector. The chairman Shehu Diko expressed gratitude to the president for the trust placed on them, promising to justify the confidence reposed by the president and Nigerians on the National Sports Commission's leadership. The meeting realizing Nigeria's sports sector by fostering growth, sustainability and private sector collaboration. Mara's Niger Republic in their opening game of the Wafubil Under-17 Championship, the Flamingos on Thursday recorded a 9-0 victory in the competition that is taking place in Ghana. The coach Bankololo Kere's side kept their heads high. The Nigerian side will face Cote d'Ivoire on Monday in their second Group B match. With Sports Brief, Abdullah Hajia, NTA News.
And that ends the English version. Stay tuned for translations. Good evening.
Yuze kwen kwa wei nwonana wa beda zaza isha da jozuma woni ye wa goba ngai akubna asalaji nge ba shi ba lo ashokwe ba ni pe juma wiya de na bai ba shi ba bwa nyamwa ana barika ya nchedo na ngai ne shokoyi aba bazano ala shi ba wobe na beda inge Abdullahi Ajiya wa ngai ga shokoshe ne majin Ibrahim Khalifa no Sanusi dan tata asalaji yakun mba nilo nanu kinsun naye woni dade sayin wobe gin wego shokoi beda na ke woni gage anabarka lo bedo nyamwa manai baza waye wado ashokoi jiba na jumawi na baige asa kwabu osianu asabai aba ala ani tun bedo nabi ai kozai no municipal gwamnati bibi kinsun da ya pege wusanya ai baba abwa tutumu ai mafu Deborah gaza Jamaica wona le sheba we be na bedai wa gange ozanwa jin gambi tete ya woni jin councilor ba ya nge wusanya na yo Matthias Aliu we gange Washington na bage aza mbabe kinwe bawo agbada owo beya pepepe nge bi jesi sai nko nai.
Jama'a assalamu alaikum, barkanmu da yammacin Juma'a ta kai shiga fassarar wasu daga cikin labaran mu yau kamar da aka saba mai karantawa Yusuf Yakubu. An buƙaci al'ummar musulmi da su kasance masu ƙoƙarin yin sallar Juma'a a kowane sati domin samun ladan da ke tattare da ita kamar yadda addinin musulunci ya koyar. Wakilin Abdullahi Ajiya ya rawaito mana cewa na'iban limamin masallacin ɗan tata da ke nan Abuja, Ustaz Ibrahim Khalifa shi ne tunatar da al'ummar musulmi haka a saƙon huɗubar sallar Juma'ar yau, inda ya ce sallar Juma'a na da matuƙar muhimmanci a addinin musulunci, inda ya ce a kowace Juma'a ya kamata kowa ya shirya da wuri ya halarci sallar kamar yadda addinin ya tanadar don dacewa da alkhairanta. Wasu matasa da aka zaɓo daga mazaɓar Wuse da ke ƙaramar hukumar birnin Abuja da kewaye wato AMAC sun samu horon koyon sana'o'in hannu daban-daban domin dogaran kansu da ci gaban rayuwarsu. Wakilar Dabaira Gazaje Maika ta shaida mana cewa kansilan mazaɓar Wuse Matthias Aliyu shi ne ya ɗauki nauyin hidimar shirin domin inganta rayuwar mutanensa kamar yadda suke tsammani daga gare shi a matsayinsa na shugabansu. A takaice labaran namu ne kenan sai kuma sati mai zuwa. idan Allah ya kai mu kwana lafiya.
Oge anyị ji wetara gị ụfọdụ akụkọ ndị gbapụtara ihe n'asụsụ Igbo ka anyị gba nwoke afọ Chisomba ahụ akpọkuola ndị okpukpe Muslim ka ahụ na ha ga-ejezu mgbakọ ekpere Jumat ha n'oge niile iji nweta uru na nkwụghachi ụgwọ na-esi na ya pụta. Ọ bụ onye osote imam nke Sanusi Dantata Mosque dị n'Abuja, Sheikh.5 Khalifa nyere okwu ndụmọdụ a n'ekpere Jumat nke taa, ebe ọ nọrọ kwuo na ekpere Jumat a bụ ihe dị oke mkpa n'okpukpe Islam. Onye nta akụkọ anyị Abdullahi Aja batara anyị akọ na o jikwarala ekpe ekpere duwa maka ọganihu nke ala anyị bụ Naijiria. Ụfọdụ ndị ntorobịa nọ n'okpuru ọchịchị obodo Abuja Municipal Area Council bụ ndị sitere na wọdụ nke Wuse nwetara ihe ọzọ mmụta nke ọrụ aka na nka dị iche iche. Deborah Gazazima batara anyị akọ na ọ bụ onye nnọchi anya nke wọdụ Wuse n'okpuru ọchịchị Amak Mathias Aliyu haziri ọzọ mmụta ebe onye isi oche ọchịchị ime obodo Amak Christopher Michael Agụbụ onye isi ndị ọrụ ya Emeka Ọjị nọchitere anya ya kpọkụrụ ndị ritere uru n'ọzụzụ a ka ha tinye ihe ndị ha mụtara n'ọrụ ma kwalite onwe ha nakwa ọchịchị ime obodo Amak. Ekele
ìròyìn agogo méje nínú pẹ̀lú. Àwọn ọ̀dọ́ tí a yàn láti ìgbìmọ̀ agbègbè ìlú Àbújá pàtàkì jùlọ láti ẹ̀ṣọ́ Wuse ni a ti ṣàyàn láti kọ́ ní àwọn ọgbọ́n iṣẹ́ ṣíṣe iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ pẹ̀lú ní ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀. Oníròyìn wa Deborah Gazai-Mika ṣe ìjábọ̀ pé ètò ìmúdání ọgbọ́n yìí ni a ṣe fún àwọn àṣàyàn ọ̀dọ́ ní agbègbè Wuse láti lè ró wọn ní agbára iṣẹ́. Ní ibi ètò ẹ̀kọ́ yìí ni agbẹjọ́rò ẹ̀ṣọ́ Wuse Mathias Aliyu ti jẹ́ agbẹ́tẹrù àti aṣíwájú lẹ́nu ẹ̀kọ́ iṣẹ́ ṣíṣe yìí. Tó kò jù báyìí lọ láṣálẹ̀, ká sùn láyọ̀ ká jí láyọ̀ lágbára Èdùmàrè. Ó dàárọ̀.